what's up? I'm Marcus Y. Rosier. I'm excited. You know, my book is dropping on Christmas Day, The Heart Diary. If your heart could speak, what would it say? You know, it's one of those things that you're excited and nervous at the same time because I wrote with such vulnerability. I don't think I've ever tapped into this, and ultimately it developed who I am as a man. I felt like I met myself in the pages. You know, people keep asking me, why did you write something called The Heart Diary? Why did you write from a woman's perspective? Why did you write from a man's perspective? I wanted to write the full human experience. It's almost the untold story of the heart. The happiness, the sadness, the times we cried, the times we laughed, the things that we would never tell anyone else. If our heart was transcribed on paper, what would that sound like? It's that emotion, that feeling, that thing that sometimes we never tap into. So I sat still and thought about from a man's perspective, from me, the relationships that ended because I messed up on them, and that thought in the back of my head, that what if I would have done this differently? What if I was ready? You know, I'll give you this example so you can really feel where I'm coming from with this train of thought. Can you imagine running into somebody and they were heading west, you were heading east, but you met, you were perfect for each other and you had to make a decision. Do I jump in the car with her and go east? Should she jump in with me and go west? We met the perfect person, but we were going two different ways, and both people got to make their journey. That was my thoughts. Like, certain people, we can't look down on them or say they were a bad person. We had to make that journey. I was that person that met certain women, but I had to go west in terms of I had to grow into a man. I had to make mistakes, but they were nothing more than collateral damage of my immaturity, of my immature heart, my immature mindset that didn't grow up. So I wrote from that perspective, that man who misses that girl and he's too prideful to tell her, or that woman who is easier to say that you like being alone than to say, I'm just tired of being disappointed. The vulnerability of a heart that wants to say, listen, it was never your fault at all. Saying it's your fault is an easy distraction rather than saying that I messed up and gave you too much too soon. So the heart diary, it is the diary of the heart that is transcribed on paper of the full human experience, the times we laughed, the times we cried, that old school feeling. I have one chapter in it called I Want That Old Thing Back, that deals with the idea of when things were simpler, when the only thing you cared about is if you saw your girl on the weekend and went to the mall in a dollar movie. You know, it was when it was more about walking through the mall holding your hand than the size of the ring I put on your finger. You know, when life was simpler, when the ideas and the concepts that we embraced as truth wasn't based on anything other than a response. Like, what made slaves walk for miles and risk freedom to find their family, when now we can't hold the family together even if you have your freedom? That's the thought I'm telling you with the Heart Diary, that we capture something, that we go back to that place of vulnerability. We go back to that place that we want to love again, live again, that we realize that love deserves an apology, because it is not anything that's wrong with love, is something wrong with people. And love takes on the shape, size, and flow of whoever houses that. And sometimes we just express love in the wrong ways because we haven't got our hearts to a place of healing. So in this book, man, it's me writing. It's almost like my therapy session. It's the heart sitting on the couch talking with the doc saying something's wrong with me and I got to get it out. So I hope you enjoy it, man. The Heart Diary, December 25th. Christmas Day is my gift to you from my heart. I wrote with vulnerability. I can't wait to hear your thoughts. You know, I thought about my unborn son, that young kid that one day I'm gonna have, and he's gonna be able to see, this is what my father thought about women. This is what my father thought about love, about family, about life. You know, I wrote about single mothers and the idea of she didn't plan to do this alone. An act she did with someone else, she then ends up living it out and being a statistic on something that she didn't plan for. Now the guy can move on and get a one-bedroom apartment, but the mother can never get a one-bedroom. She's got a plan for the child. The guy can move on with his life. He can go out whenever he wants, but the woman now has to plan and get a babysitter based on something she did with somebody, but she took on the title. Her life has changed forever. That was my heart, writing to that. What does that single mother feel knowing that her life has changed, her body has changed, her emotions has changed in a moment, and her heart has got to process. What does it feel like when a broken expectation has happened, when I expected life with somebody and I'm forced to live it alone? So I think y'all gonna love the Heart Diary. You're gonna laugh, you're gonna cry, you're gonna go through the full range of the human experience and embrace it. Because sometimes we run away from it, but I want you to embrace it and sit down, enjoy it, read it, talk with your girls about it, talk with your boys about it. I wrote an open letter to men called The Mandate. Whereas men, what if we treated men who didn't take care of their kids like we treat snitches? That we put a social responsibility on men and said it ain't cool. That we put the same type of pressure that says no snitching, and we wore t-shirts, we marched, we fought, same way we fight over neighborhoods. What if we fought for families and said, man, you can't hang around me until you take care of your kids? So that's the mandate, guys. All of this is in this book. I'm telling you, I wrote it in one day, and I know it was God-breathed. It's something they call the God wink, where you take on the creativity of God and imagine in one day able to flush out a book. I'm not bragging, I'm just saying this is not even about me. I wrote it with you in mind, hoping that we will finally have something to heal our hearts. So I can't wait. December 25th. Merry Christmas to you. The Heart Diary.